Hello all, some of you are soon to become first-time above-ground pool owners, and because of that, you're probably curious if you can build it yourself or if it's best left to a professional.
In this guide, we'll show you what it takes to build an above-ground pool from start to finish.
We'll be using the following list of tools to complete the job.
The first and most time-consuming step of an above-ground pool installation is the ground prep. This step involves the removal of topsoil, rocks, roots, and other foreign objects that could potentially damage the liner. It's important to take your time and properly prepare the site where your pool will be in order to avoid unlevel ground that could lead to a lopsided pool.
Before starting ground prep, you'll need to plan and mark a site for your pool, preferably away from overhanging tree branches and underlying roots. Mark the center of your pool with a screwdriver and attach a length of string that equals the radius of the pool, plus 1 extra foot. This string will be used to mark the perimeter of the pool.
For example, if you're building a 24-foot round pool, you'll place a screwdriver where you want the center of the pool to be. Then attach a string that measures 12 feet plus 1 extra foot totaling 13 feet. This extra foot added to the radius will allow you to clear an area that is slightly larger than the actual pool size. Mark the outline of the pool area with spray paint as you walk the circumference of the pool with the string attached to the screwdriver.
Next, use a sod cutter or shovel to begin removing topsoil from the inside of the marked perimeter. A sod cutter will greatly speed up this process and can be rented from a local hardware store.
Once the topsoil is removed, it's time to start preliminary ground leveling. A builder's level or transit, which can also be rented from a local hardware store, will give the most accurate results when leveling the pool floor. Take a few measurements around the pool floor to get an average height. The goal is to get the entire floor within 3 inches or less of this average height. Dig down high spots and add dirt to low spots. Continue taking measurements until the whole floor is within 3 inches of being level.
Now it's time to start laying out the bottom track. Stick a screwdriver into the ground at the center of the pool floor and attach a string with a length that's equal to the radius of the pool. Stretch out the string and walk around the circumference while marking a line in the dirt with another screwdriver. This line is used as a guide for laying out the bottom track and connecting plates. Once the track and connecting plates are laid out, you can start to assemble and connect the track together. All above ground pools are not the same, so it's important to refer to the manufacturer's instructions for proper assembly.
Once the bottom track is assembled, it's important to ensure that the track is as round and as close as possible to the manufacturer's specified diameter. For example, if you have a 24-foot round pool, you want to measure 24 feet across opposing connectors. Have 2 people stretch a measuring tape across the diameter and adjust each connector plate by moving it in or out to achieve the proper diameter. Place pavers on top of the track to help maintain the proper measurement.
The next step is leveling the bottom track. This step is crucial when trying to achieve a great looking and long-lasting above ground pool. Using a builder's level and a shovel, start by removing dirt from underneath the first connector plate. Then place a paver, which was previously used to hold down the track, underneath the plate. Make sure the track is centered in the middle of the paver. This gives room to make adjustments later on. Have someone place the measuring stick on top of the paver and record the measurement from the transit.
Now move on to the second connector plate, removing dirt and placing a paver underneath. Take a measurement from the transit and compare it to the measurement you took previously. If the measurement is higher, you'll need to remove more dirt from underneath the paver, and if the measurement is lower, you'll need to add more dirt. Keep making adjustments until it matches the measurement from the first paver exactly. Remove any dirt from underneath the track that may be preventing the connector plates from sitting flat on the pavers.
This process needs to be repeated for each section of track. It's very important that each paver measurement matches the measurement from the first paver. This will ensure a level track all the way around the pool.
If you don't have access to a builder's level or transit, click on the link in the description to see how to level the bottom track using a standard bubble level.
Once the bottom track is level, you can continue leveling the pool floor based on the height of the track. A wide landscaping rake will help cover more surface area as you start to smooth out the surface. It's important to remove as many sharp rocks and debris as you can. This will help keep the liner from being punctured or damaged.
Now it's time to roll out the pool wall. For this process, you'll want a hard, flat surface, preferably a slab of wood. This will make it easier to maneuver and unroll the wall into the bottom track. Install the uprights and top rims as the wall is being unraveled. Temporarily securing the pool wall to the uprights using the spring clamps will keep the pool wall from falling over.
Once the pool wall is completely unrolled and sitting in the bottom track, there is a possibility that the wall could either be too long, causing it to overlap, or too short, creating a gap between the two ends. If the wall is overlapping, you'll need to walk around the inside of the pool and push out on the bottom track connectors. If there is a gap in the two ends, you'll need to pull the bottom track connectors inward. Keep adjusting the connectors until the pool wall ends are properly aligned. Install the wall connector plates and bolts, then place several layers of duct tape over the inside bolts to keep them from ripping the liner. At this point, you can install the skimmer assembly and ceiling frame to the wall.
Installing the pool cove is the next step in the process. The pool cove is used to give your liner a smooth, curved surface to cover the seam between the pool wall and floor. There are several types of pool coves that can be used. A natural cove can be made by simply pushing dirt up against the pool wall and floor and then tamping it in all the way around the pool. For the pool in this video, a peel and stick cove was used. Peel and stick foam cove are quick and easy to install. Simply peel the sheet from the cove's adhesive backing and lay the cove side by side around the full circumference of the pool.
Once the cove is installed, apply a layer of nutgrass killer to prevent it from growing up through the liner. Nutgrass is very resilient and one of the only weeds that is capable of doing any damage.
After the nutgrass killer has been applied, it's time to lay down the liner pad. A liner pad is a great way to protect your liner from any rocks, as well as making the pool floor a more comfortable surface to walk on. Take your liner pad out of the box and unroll it onto the pool floor. Adjust the pad to remove any large wrinkles or folds. Ensure that the pad is touching the cove around the full circumference of the pool.
It's now time to install the liner. Unroll the liner and spread it out across the pool floor. Find the vertical wall section of the liner and fold it over the top of the floor section. Continue to pull the bottom of the liner up against the pool wall around the circumference of the pool.
Lift the wall section of the liner wherever there is an upright and temporarily secure it to the top of the pool wall, using the spring clamps that were previously used. The type of liner you will have will determine how the liner will be attached to your wall. In this video, a unibead liner is used. A unibead liner can be attached by placing the U-shaped thick vinyl piece over the top of the wall. The top rims and plates are then placed over the liner to secure it to the wall.
Once the liner is secured, it's time to start adding water and removing wrinkles. Start in the middle of the pool and pull out from the center while walking in a circular pattern. This will progressively stretch the wrinkles out of the floor and towards the walls. Continue this until most of the wrinkles in the floor have been pulled out. As the pool fills up, the water will push the liner up against the walls and stretch out any remaining wrinkles.
Continue installing the top rails and top caps all the way around the pool. Make sure the uprights are plumb before screwing the top rails to the top plates. Remember that not all above ground pools are the same and may require additional steps that are specific to the particular make and model. Please refer to the owner's manual for detailed instructions.
Next, you'll want to install the skimmer front plate and make cuts in the liner for the skimmer hole. This should only be done once the pool is filled halfway to ensure that the liner is in the proper place. Start by screwing the front plate to the skimmer assembly. Once the plate is secured, it's now safe to cut the liner out of the skimmer hole.
The return port can also be installed at this time. Locate the return port hole in the wall and push the jet assembly against the liner. On the other side of the wall, use a knife to make a star cut in the liner where the port is being pushed through. Remove excess liner around the threads and install the outer gasket and retaining nut.
Last but not least, it's time to install the filtration equipment. Make sure you level out the ground where the pump and filter are to be placed. Install suction side and return line hoses and properly tighten all hose clamp connections.
And there you have it, a complete above ground pool installation from start to finish. If you're looking to install an above ground pool yourself, head on over to inyopools.com to find one of the largest online selections of above ground pools, parts, and equipment. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.